In the last class, we discussed about three things. One is these activities we discussed actually. So just remember here. So once we can glance more time. We discussed in the last class that we discussed about acid, acid plus metal gives rise to salt and hydrogen gas. So when acid is react with an metal, remember it produces salt and hydrogen gas. Okay. This hydrogen gas is conformed with what something? It is burns with a power sound. Power sound. This you remember. Hydrogen gas means this burns with a power sound. This is hydrogen gas tester. This is first point what we discussed. Second point we discussed that when we have a metal carbonate, metal carbonate react with an acid, they forms salt plus water plus see remember here what I'm saying here. Right here, suppose if I have a metal carbonate, and this is CO2 gas will be CO2 gas is just a second. The CO2 gas will be tested. CO2 gas will be remember this fire extinguisher. Okay. You extinguish the fire. This fire extinguisher. So remember. And similarly, the CO2 gas returns lime water to milk. Turns lime water to milky white. Milky white. Yes, I should remember. After I should remember that. Is about carbon dioxide, and along with that is carbon dioxide produce brisk effervescence. Brisk effervescence means they're talking about the yes, these are the event where we can answer questions like fire extinguishing, then which turns gas which is used as fire extinguisher, which turns lime water into milky white, which produces brisk effervescence. This is what we discussed. Okay. And after we discuss that carbon dioxide react with similar I understand we discussed that reaction. We discussed that. See here we have metal carbonate. We discussed that it is a metal carbonate. Metal carbonate. Metal carbonate plus dilute acid or we can say HCl. Discuss that there is a production of salt plus water plus CO. Example we discuss that we took the we took dilute CO3 we made to react with the dilute HCl produced NaCl plus H2 and CO2 gas. Okay. Similarly, if I taken metal hydrogen carbonate, sodium hydrogen carbonate, react with again HCl, we use again same salt NaCl plus H2 plus CO2. So this CO2 gas, how we can confirm? If CO2 gas, we can see the CO2 gas is processed with the CaOH taken gas. This is called Lime water. It's called lime water. Lime water will convert into CaCO2, which is a milky white, which is milky white plus H2. So this reaction is when we are passing in the limited CO2. Okay, suppose if we are passing the same we are passing so, so we are passing this CO2, suppose we are passing the same CO2 in the excess amount of remember I'm writing this equation for excess CO2 to the lime water. Again CaO is taken twice to the lime water. First what happens are generally it will form CaCO3, right? CaCO3 plus H2O plus again we are passing what's CO2. This gives rise to CaHCO3 calcium hydrogen carbonate which is a this is colorless. This is colorless. Remember, this is what this is a milky white. Okay, this we discussed. This is about the conformation test for what's the carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide test. Okay, now after and try to understand here what I'm saying here. See, here in this reaction you see here wherever see here very important thing is here. The left side we have CO3, right side there will be an CO2. I'm saying here, left side CO3 is there, right side CO2 gas will be produced here. So suppose metal carbonate generally, this carbonate is there in the reactant side, then we can expect the carbon dioxide gas. Okay, this you remember. And after, you can go for the further discussions what we discussed about this you see. This we discussed right now. And how do metals, how do acids and bases will react to each other? How do acids and bases? So to understand this one, given that activity they given there. So activity we discussed that already yesterday. As this we discussed about the activity, try to understand here. So they took three test tubes. They took one test tube. Test tube they took here NaOH. What's that? NaOH. And now this NaOH they are adding few drops of water, few drops of phenolphthalein they are added. Phenolphthalein. Okay. Where the color of phenolphthalein is NaOH you see it will be an which color sir? Pink color. Okay. Now this is first step, right? So what is the color sir? I'm taking it will be an one pink color. So this is pink color right now. This pink color we can see. So when we add a solution. Okay. Let understand. Now what they will do for this one? They will add the they will add no for this one they will add they are adding no HCl. Okay. HCl they are adding first step they are adding HCl. Okay. Then what happens? Let me write reactions. NaOH was there. We added what's that? Dilute HCl, right? Then what happens here? And you can see this is acid means it produce H plus an, base means produce OH minus an and H plus an. Both will combine. They'll form water. And they'll form a salt called NaCl. And this is what this is water, right? This is water. And this reaction we discussed, this reaction is called neutralization reaction. This is called neutralization. So neutralization reaction will take place. Now what is a reaction mixture now? After the reaction you try to understand. There is an water and there is an NaCl. Both are neutral. Both are neutral. Then what is the color of phenolphthalein in neutral sir? It turns into which color sir? It becomes colorless. After colorless after reaction. Okay. Colorless after reaction. Now see again what they are saying. Now we can see this one. After reaction, now this pink color was there. After reaction, that understand we have mixture of what's that. Now this thing like this is test tube. This is test tube, and this is after the reaction. What we have sir in this one? We have H2 plus what we have NaCl. Now for this one, that and along with what we have, along with this, still it contain what sir? This is phenolphthalein is there. Okay, that try to understand. For this one now, what we are adding? We are adding few drops of what we are adding NaOH. Then what happens then? When NaOH, this is neutral, no change in color. But this two will be there, no? This two will be again it will show what's that? Again it will show pink color. Just to remember. And after what we discuss about this reaction is called neutralization reaction. Let us understand after metal oxides and it is metal oxide. What is the nature of metal oxide? This metal oxide, what is the nature of metal oxide? You can see there metal oxide with acid reaction of metal oxide with acid, metal oxide with acid. So metal oxide can write MO2 plus acid. What happens here, sir? This metal oxide gives salt and water. Then what is the nature of metal oxide? This is gives salt and water. So we know very well with acid, base will be gives what's the salt and water. Then what is the nature of MO2? Metal oxide nature is what's basic in nature. So example they given here. Metal oxide plus acid gives salt and water. What is the nature of metal oxide? It will be an basic in nature. Example they taken here copper chloride, green color solutions. You notice that color of solutions becomes green. They ask a small, take a small amount of copper oxide in a beaker and add dilute HCl, chloride, hydrochloric acid slowly and while stirring. They are asking you to take copper oxide and they are adding for what's that? Adding for dilute HCl. And what happens here? Cl2 will form or Cu2 Cl and H2O. What is the color here? This will be a green, blue-green color. This is because of what's the formation of salt and water. So finally, you should remember metal oxides are basic in nature. Now, what about non-metal oxides? Non-metal oxide, what they given here? They even saw the reaction between the carbon dioxide and the calcium hydroxide. So what we discussed here is we discussed this carbon dioxide plus lime water. So lime water test we discussed already. CO is taken twice. What we got here? We got CaCO3 plus what we got sir H2O. So what they are saying here, this is salt, right? So salt and water is formed. This we know very well. This is basic in nature. So with the base, there is something called with base which substance will produce salt and water. Definitely that would be an acid. That is why CO2 is not acid they are saying. Okay. So finally, these non-metal oxides are what in nature are they are acidic in nature. So then after come to the blue questions. Third and source substance contain what sir? Contain acid plus and what they're saying not to be kept, you should not keep, which cases brass and copper. Why is that? This brass and copper is made up of what sir? Metal. Okay. So this brass and copper is made up what happens here? Salt will form plus which gas will produce a hydrogen gas. This hydrogen gas will make the substance into poisonous. That's why you should not store the what's a sour and the curd-like substance which contain acid in the brass and the copper vessel because those are made up of metal. This acid will react with the metal and that gives salt and the hydrogen gas. That hydrogen gas will make the put into toxic substance. That you should remember. Okay. After now see here, next you see there now we have second the next blue questions. Which gas is usually liberated? Which gas is usually liberated when the acid plus react with metals? Here only written here. Acid plus metal gives such which gas are hydrogen gas. So this hydrogen gas, how we will how will you test for this substance of this gas? So we know very well hydrogen gas will what we can say it's bonds with the pop sound. Okay, to remember. So this is the way how we can confirm the hydrogen gas. Next, metal compound A react with the dilute hydrochloric acid. So which metal produces effervescence? The gas evolved extinguishes the burning candle and write the balance chemical equation they given. So now tell me, they're asking that they're asking metal compound. So remember here, they are saying that is a metal compound. It seems compound react with what, sir? React with the dilute HCl. What they are saying, sir? There is an gas is going to produce. This gas is which gas they are saying? This is extinguishes the extinguish the. You can see that what they given here. They said that extinguishes the burning candle. Extinguishes the burning candle. So let's just see that or where we discuss. Extinguish the burning candle means which ones are this gas is what are CO2. Now tell me which compound gives CO2 with acid. Which compounds are definitely that compound should be what sir? Compound should be what sir? It should be a metal carbonate. We know very well metal carbonate produces what sir? Metal carbonate plus HCl. We discussed that salt is formed plus H2O plus what sir? CO2 gas. So the compound should be what sir? Metal carbonate. Now what they given again you can see the question there again one more time. What they are saying that they are saying and they are saying write the balance chemical equation if one of the compound is formed is calcium chloride. They are given the salt. With salt they are saying the salt is calcium chloride. It seems. This is calcium chloride. What is the metal here there? Calcium is a metal. You know what we can which metal carbonate is? Calcium is a metal. So carbonate means CaCO3. So finally I'll write the equation CaCO3 react with dilute HCl gives rise to what's that? CaCl2 plus H2O plus what's that? Plus CO2. Right? Understand? Again, I'm saying whenever they're asking the question about the fire extinguisher gases which will extinguish the fire means CO2 gas. And what they're saying they given here int they given extinguish the burning candle. Which gas are it is CO2 gas. Right side CO2 you want, left side there must be an what's that? CO3. And you know very well with acid metal carbonates gives what sir? Carbon dioxide. This you should know. Then only you can able to write the answer. Okay. Next, see next concept what they given here. Just a minute. Okay. Next, you can give what they given here. So next, what do all the acids and bases have in common? Now see this here. Let me read the activity. First, what they're asking is let's take the solution of. We should take the solution of glucose, alcohol, hydrochloric acid, sulfur etc. Okay, they are asking to conduct. So they are asking fix the two nails on the bar. Yes, you see this diagram what they made here. There is an what we can say a rubber cork is there. Two iron nails are there here, and this is connected to the battery, and this will be the bulb here. This bulb will be there here, and it's a switch here. So here is a beaker, and they are taking the nails and dilute hydrochloric solution. They took here. Okay, so let understand. These are the sample glucose should take, alcohol, hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid. Now connect the nails as shown in the figure we can say. Now pour the some amount of dilute HCl in the beaker and switch on the current. Repeat the dilute sulfuric acid what you observed and repeat the experiment with separately with the glucose and the alcohol solutions. What do you observe now? Bulb will glow. Does bulb will glow in all the cases? This is the question. Now see, let me take this one, this diagram, so try to understand here. What I can say here, in this activity, you should know that. Okay. Now, This activity will this you can see this activity you can see this activity here. Now let understand this what activity again I am saying there is an arrangement here. There is a beaker and we have rubber cork. This is rubber cork, right? This is rubber cork. Okay. And in this activity, just they want to know what is the common ions in the acids and bases. Okay. So now we'll take here. This is beaker. In this we have solution. This solution it may be an you can take in the first case you can take they taken dilute hydrochloric acid, right? So I'll take HCl dilute aqueous aqueous HCl I can take, then after they given stress of dilute stress of 4 the aqueous condition, and they are asking the take separately C6H12O6 which is called glucose aqueous glucose solution means aqueous we can take, then after they taken the alcohol C2H5OH. This is also aqueous solution. They want to verify. See what are the common things are here. You can see hydrogen H2 and try to understand here. Here there is a diagram, right? So now suppose in this activity asking they want what they want to conclude here is try to understand. Now see here this activity what you should understand actually. So first thing they will take here. mm, Solution, this arrangement, everything they will make and they will take the dilute HCl, dilute HCl, they will take a dilute HCl solution. Okay. Now what happens here? Now this solution will take into this one solution. Here you can see that iron nails are there, and here when dilute HCl is going to take, so bulb will glow. Bulb will glow. What is the reasons are here? Okay. Now similarly, they are taking the dilute H2SO4 means what's a dilute sulfuric acid. Okay. In this case also you can expect bulb will glow. Okay. Similarly, next case you see they taken dilute C6H12O6 means what it is a aqueous glucose. Aqueous glucose they will take. So in this case, bulb will not glow. Why it will not glow, sir? This is a reason. Question mark here. Similarly, in case of C2H5OH, this is a ethyl alcohol. This is called ethyl alcohol, or we can say this is also called ethanol or ethyl alcohol. In this case, also bulb will not glow. Okay. So again, let me recall the activity what they are asking. They are asking you people to take. They are asking you people to take. They are asking take solution of glucose, alcohol, hydrochloric acid, and sulfuric acid. Fix two nails on the fix the two nails on the. So we are taken here. Again, I am reading one more time activity to make better understanding here. So they are asking you people to take solution of glucose. Try to understand here. They are taking solution of glucose and alcohol and hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid. Fix two nails on the rubber cork and place the cork in the 100 ml of beaker. 100 ml beaker will be there here. The beaker is there, and in this they kept the rubber cork and connect the nails to the two terminals of the battery. 6-volt battery should take, and the terminals here there is a this is a negative terminal which is called you can say cathode, This is positive terminal. This negative terminal is called what, sir? Remember, cathode is called, and this positive terminal is called what, sir? It is called anode. Okay, to try to understand here. This through the bulb and switch as shown in the figure 2.3. So this is arrangement. This should be an again bulb should be here and the switch here, and this is again to connect it. Let me so that it will make a complete circuit. If it is conduct electricity, this solution is conduct electricity. Now pour this some dilute hydrochloric acid HCl in the beaker and switch on the current. So now what we should do, sir? We are taking here dilute dilute HCl. So this dilute HCl, what happens, sir? When you're passing current, what happens, sir? H plus ions and Cl minus ions will produce. So when we are taking here, and we are taking here dilute hydrochloric acid. So again, I'm writing here dilute HCl plus solution. They said, right? Aqueous means water will be there. What happens, sir? It will produce H plus ions, or we can say H3O plus ion plus Cl minus ions. So Cl minus, this is cation, we can say. Okay, this is what, sir? This is anion is going to form. Anion is going to form. Try to understand here. So they given here rubber cork here. Here there is an iron nail here. This is one more iron nail. This is they kept in what, sir? This is they kept in a beaker, right? And here try to understand here. Here there is connection here to here. Again here we have a battery. Think like this is switch and this is bulb. This is also connected to here. This is bulb. Okay. Now they are taking what, sir? They are taken here. What, sir? Dilute dilute HCl. Okay. Suppose think like this is negative they given. This is positive. Take this is negative. This is positive. Okay. This is cathode, and whereas this is called what's a anode. Now see, it produces what's are in the presence of water. Okay, produces H3O plus ions and Cl minus ions, or we can say H plus ion and Cl minus ion. Now reaction will take place here. Whether bulb will glow or not, let us see here. Bulb will glow or not. This is bulb. Okay, this is bulb here. Now see, Cl minus will be there. Right? To write the reaction at anode. Anode means what terminal, sir? This is a positive electrode. Positive electrode means which ions will go? Negative ion. Negative ion is called what, sir? It's called anion. Remember here, negative ions are called anion. Positive electrode is called anode. So here chlorines are there. Two chlorines Cl minus will go near the where, sir? Near the anode. What happens, sir? Cl the gas will form, sir. Yes, definitely. So one chlorine loses one electron. Two chlorines loses what, sir? Two electron. Can you guess what which process it is? This is losing of loss of electron is called what, sir? Oxidation. So remember, near the anode, oxidation will take place. Now see, so here what we can see, here we can see, here we have Cl. Okay, there is anode here, so Cl will become here. They lose electron here. Where's are here? This electron will passes in this direction. This electron. So in this direction it is going to pass. And it is becomes what, sir? It is going to become complete circuit. So let me write it other than color here. What I'm saying here. So electrons Cl minus is coming here and this electrons is moving in this direction. So they will move in this direction. So the circuit is going to this direction and this direction. So they are moving in, electrons are moving in this direction. Then current is moving in this direction. So remember, movement of electrons, if it is in direction, current will be in directions, current will be in opposite direction. Remember, okay, whatever it may be, it is not belongs to chemistry part. But I understand here. So this now circuit is going to become complete circuit as there are H plus ions and Cl minus ions. Now this because of this reason, because of movement of electrons or flow of electricity, bulb will start to glow. Okay, let me write the one more reaction. I forgot to write the reaction here. Now we will write the reaction of at the cathode. So how it is going to become with complete, sir? Circuit is going to become complete, right? So now H cathode 2 H plus ions will produce. 2 H plus ions, they required what, sir? electron, they'll get two electrons and they'll produce what's a H2 gas. Okay, this is which process, sir? Addition of electron is called which process, sir? It is called reduction. Remember. Now anyway, because of this production of ions in case of dilute HCl, what happens, sir? This bulb will start to glow. Now let me see discuss in case of two more examples they give. What examples are we should take? Dilute what you call glucose, alcohol, hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid. Okay, now see in case of now in case of dilute sulfuric acid. So what we can say, sir? We can write dilute sulfuric acid H2SO4. What happens to SO4? It produces two H plus ions and SO4 minus 2 ions. Is it ions are produced here, sir? Definitely. Again, what happens, sir? Ions are produced. Ions are produced. So this is acid, right? So I can say HCl is acid because it produces two H plus ions. Similarly, HCl again is producing what, sir? H plus ions it is producing and Cl minus ion. That's why it is also is producing what, sir? Ions are produced. Okay. Now one more here also can we expect bulb will glow or not, sir? Definitely bulb will glow. Else the bulb will glow. Okay. Now see in case of C6H12O6 plus water, aqueous solution of glucose. So bulb will not glow. Why it is not glow, sir? Because what we can say, sir, no ions. In case of C2H5OH also, bulb will not glow. What is the reason, sir? Here also what we can say, sir, no ions. Okay, so what you understood by this activity, you should know that. See, let us understand it. Here we have formula dilute HCl, dilute H2SO4, dilute what we can say, sir, C6H12O6. There is one more, sir, C2H5OH. See whether there is an hydrogen here. Yes, hydrogen is there. You can see here. There is an hydrogen. There is an hydrogen here. Here also hydrogen, and here also hydrogen. Here also hydrogen. Just because of in the formula hydrogen is there, so these will not produce water. No, no ions. There is a condition. Okay, so these are not. Is it their acids, sir? They are not acids. Is these two are acids, sir? Yes, these are acids. So why these are acids, sir? There is a condition. So when acid is going to add it to the water, what happens, sir? There must be H plus ions, or we can say there must be an H3O plus ion. So this H plus is called which ion, sir? It is called hydrogen ion. Which ions are hydrogen? Similarly, H3O plus ions are called what, sir? These are called hydronium ion. So hydronium, there is a condition. If it is acids, they should produce what, sir? H plus ions are H3O plus ions, and these two are not producing what, sir? Ions. How you confirm? By this activity. That is the purpose of doing this activity. So in this activity, try to understand. We are verifying whether these all are contained, even they contain in their formula. Again, I'm writing C6H12O6. This formula is C2H5OH. These are contain hydrogen in their formula, but these are not called as what, sir? Acids, because they not produce the H plus ions in the water. So which are acids? They must be produce what, sir? H plus ions in the water. Okay, how you confirm? Because this bulb will conduct, but this complete circuit is going to become complete, so bulb will glow. That's why this activity it should do. Okay, now see what they given here. So let me discuss here this para. The bulb will start to glow in case of what they given, sir, acids shown in the figure 2.3. But why? But you will observe that glucose and alcohol solutions do not conduct electricity. Glowing of bulb indicate that there is a flow of electric current through the solutions. The electric current is carried through the acidic solutions by ions. So in case of acids, ions are produced. In case of, we discuss, sir, in case of glucose, in case of alcohol, what happens, sir? So no ions, no ions. That's why even in their formula there may be an hydrogen, but they are not called acids because will not produce what's our H plus ion. So acids contain H plus ions and cation anions such as Cl minus and NO3. If I taken here HNO3, this HNO3 will produce which ions are, so which ones will produce which plus ions and NO3 minus ion. These ions are called nitrate ion. Remember, nitrate. In examination, they can ask which ions are nitrate ions. Similarly, if I take an H2SO4, it will produce us H plus ions and SO4 minus 2 ions. Which ion these are, sir? These are sulfate ion. Already this question is asked about ions and all. Similarly, we have CH3CO. This is called acetate ion. Acetate ion. So let me write here. So these are the acids are there responsible. So you can see the cation present in the acids H plus ion. This suggested that acids produce H plus ions in solutions which are responsible for their acidic property. Very very important quantities. Okay. Similarly, repeat the activity using NaOH and calcium hydroxide and what you conclude the result of activity. So they are asking if people to do the same activity with different solutions. So now suppose if I take and let me write here. So if I take an HCl, HCl will produce which one, sir? HCl plus H2O. What happens, sir? So H plus ions will produce and Cl minus ion. Similarly, if I take an H2SO4, H2SO4 plus water, so it will produce which one? It will produce 2H plus ions and SO4 minus 2 ions. Similarly, if I take an HNO3, HNO3 plus H2O gives rise to they'll produce what, sir? They'll produce H plus ions and NO3 minus 1 ion. Similarly, if I taken the H2CO3 carbonic acid plus H2O produces what, sir? 2 H plus ions and CO3 minus 2 ions. Similarly, if I taken CH3 COOH acetic acid plus H2O, so it will produce what, sir? H plus ions and CH3 COO minus ion. This is called which ion? This is called chloride ion. This is called what? This is called sulfate ion. Xi sulfate means SO4. Sulfate means SO3. This is called nitrate ion. Nitrate RAT. This is called carbonate ion. This is acetate acetate ion. So these are the different ions you should remember. Now if they are asking you people to repeat the activity with some bases also. We repeat the activity with some bases. Okay. Now shall take NaOH is a base, right? So NaOH shall take plus water. So KOH plus water. Similarly, they are asking to CaOH taken twice plus water. So what are the ions here? So I can expect Na plus ions and OH minus ion. Similarly, A plus and OH minus ion. Similarly, Ca plus 2 and 2OH minus ion. So these are the which are the commons are here. Common ions are hydroxide ion in what, are in the bases. So finally, we will come to know if it is acid, the common ion is what, sir? H plus, or we can say H3O plus ion. And similarly, if it is base means, so it will be what, sir? OH is and what, sir? Common ion. Okay. So this is about this activity. This activity discuss about because of HCl will form H plus, or we can say H3O plus ions and Cl minus. These ions are responsible for the acidic character, acidic property we can say. Okay, acidic property. Once this H plus ions are not there, then there is no acidic character. So best example they give next activity they give. We will discuss about next activity in next video. Okay.